What's up and welcome to the new video. Today we're going to do a deep dive on a topic that if you click this video probably pertains to you, and it's how to gain muscle as fast as possible if you're a skinny guy. So if you're a skinny guy that struggled to put on muscle mass, let's get right into it and talk about it. So first and foremost, let's discuss why I have any even credentials to even be discussing this. So I am a full-time coach. I work with men to build their physiques. I work with a range of different people that, are faster metabolism, slower metabolism, skinny guys, fatter guys, all kinds of people all over the place, competitive bodybuilders, everything, you name it. Now, as a skinnier guy, there is certain challenges that you have. The first one being that you more than likely have a very fast metabolism. So what that means is that when you eat food, you burn through it very, very quickly, right? It seems like you can never eat enough calories. You're always kind of like struggling to put on weight. You're that hard gainer, so to speak. Well, there presents a lot of challenges with this. And I've worked with a lot of guys that are in this spot. And in my experience, the first place we're gonna start talking about here is with food, because first and foremost, I think a lot of people, and it's not just skinny guys, it's everybody in general that is in the gym thinks they're eating a lot more or a lot less than they actually are. Until you actually sit down and track your food and do it properly, you're just probably way over or underestimating how much you're actually eating. So one thing that I like to get skinny guys to do is more or less, depending on how skinny you are and how much of a hard gainer you are, you might be eating a little bit too clean, okay? Now, here's why I'm saying that. It's all about calories in, calories out, okay? Of course you want to eat the right way, the lean proteins, complex carbs, veggies, fruits, healthy fats, all that stuff, yes. But when it comes to hard gainers or skinny guys, typically speaking, you need to consume a lot of calories. And let's just say that number is 5,000 calories. Let's say it's 5,500, okay? Which is a lot of food, okay? To eat that daily, every single day is a lot of food. Trust me, I know that because I do that in my off season, okay? Now I'm a competitive bodybuilder. I'm like on stage 235 pounds, so, I have a lot of muscle mass. But the thing is, and why I'm saying this is because eating 5,500, 5,000 calories, even 4,000 calories of clean food is extremely difficult. No matter how you flavor it, how you do it, whatever. You need to think about this like this. If you take, a cup of jasmine rice, chicken breast, avocado, and you try to diet on that to lose fat, now that's going to be pretty good because, these are not calorically dense foods. But when it comes to like bulking and adding actual muscle tissue to your body, and you have to eat in a caloric surplus, which means you need to be taking in more food and more calories than you're expending, this is where this becomes a little bit difficult. If you're a faster metabolism guy, like I said, you're gonna be burning through that food faster. When it comes to that, we want calorically dense foods. Does that mean that you should be going out and having Ben & Jerry's ice cream every night? Not ideal for a number of reasons, but I will tell you, sometimes with some of my hard gainers, I do throw that in there. I don't have them have it every day. I don't do that all the time, but I certainly throw that in there. Why? Because you need calories and you need density in your food. Yeah, I can tell you and program you to eat, 5,500 calories of clean food by, Friday. If it's a Monday, you're gonna be sick eating that food, okay? So we have to run a balance to that. So a general rule of thumb that I give guys, for the most part, for the average person, I say 10% of your calories can be like processed stuff. So there'd be things like cereals, Rice Krispie treats, ice cream, things like that, 10%. But if you're a guy that is really skinny and you're struggling to put on size, I would bump that anywhere from 15 to 20% of your calories. Again, because you just have to eat so much more food than the average guy, right? Like if you're a skinny guy and you're watching this and you were in my body type, like if you had to maintain 235 pounds of lean muscle tissue, you'd probably have to eat 7,000 calories to put on size for this amount, maybe 8,000. I know guys that have to do this. So how in the world are you going to be able to eat that many calories to equate with clean food? It's just not possible. It's insane to even think like that. The problem is when I'm talking like this to a lot of guys and a lot of my clients, they just take that as an open door to just eat like complete trash and dirty bulk. You don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be having like pizza and wings and ice cream and all this shit. Why? Mainly because number one, it's not good for your health, okay? Number two, it's going to screw your digestion up. So digestive health, when you're trying to add muscle or bulking or whatever it is crucial, guys, okay? If you can't process the foods you're eating, if you can't assimilate the nutrients that you're taking in and get them to where they want to go in your body, it doesn't matter. Your body will just pass it all out, okay? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If you've ever bulked and you're suddenly going to the bathroom 6-7 times a day, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's why I give that, that number of like 10 to 20% of that food being processed food. Something else you can do from a nutrition standpoint, and then we're gonna move on and talk about training here, is you can have more than one cheat meal per week. So typically I'll advise my clients, hey, like let's have one cheat meal per week, okay? For guys that are in your situation, I'm gonna say you have 2 cheat meals per week. Make these good cheat meals, right? Like burger and fries and a milkshake. Hibachi with some sushi. I'm just making things up as I go right now. Yeah, maybe pizza and wings, okay? But again, you have to make sure and monitor how your gut is doing. That's the most important thing. If your gut's not in a good spot, you can forget everything else. Okay, let's discuss training. Another place I see a lot of guys go incorrectly, there's a couple places with training specifically, but let's talk about the first one. You're training too much, you're in the gym too much. So what are you doing when you're in the gym? A couple things. Number one, you're breaking down the muscle tissue and you're causing damage to it so that it repairs and grows back stronger. That's where the nutrition comes in to help you recover, your sleep, all these different things, right? Supplementation, whatever. But you're also burning calories, okay? So if you're training both very long periods of time and very frequent, and you already have a fast metabolism, what's gonna happen? You're gonna burn even more calories. Generally speaking, and again, this is very general, and if we were to work together, I could give you more specific, exact things that you should be doing. But generally speaking, keep your training under an hour. There's no reason to be training longer than an hour, guys. I can get my workouts done in 45 minutes to an hour, all right? And I'm a bodybuilder that's on the precipice of turning pro, so you don't need to be training longer than that. The second thing is frequency. I'm gonna tell you this right now, you're probably going to the gym too much. If you're training 6 days a week, 7 days a week, that's way too much. At most 5 days per week. Easy way of doing this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday you train, Thursday's an off day, Friday, Saturday you train, Sunday's an off day. Very easy that way. Or you can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday's a rest day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever you want to do. Another one I really like doing is 4 days per week. So you train Monday, Tuesday, you're off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday you train, then Saturday and Sunday you're off. Or another split, same kind of variation is 2 days on, 1 day off. So you're training Monday, Tuesday, you're off Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, you're off Sunday, repeat, or Saturday, I'm sorry. You understand what I'm saying, right? I kind of butchered that 2 on 1 off thing, but you understand. So you're gonna train 2 days, rest 1 day. 2 days, rest 1 day. The other portion of training, and this is essential, guys. This is the biggest part. Just going to the gym and just throwing weights on the bar and just, and just training and not tracking what you're doing and not ensuring that you're progressively overloading your muscle. Progressive overload, that means you're either going to be adding weight to the same reps. So if you got 6 reps of 225, next time you go in the gym, you'd want to get 6 reps of 230, okay? Or another way of doing it is you take that 225 you did 6 reps for and you try to get 7 reps next time. But you have to be tracking what you're doing. So what I have my clients do, and what I do is I track all of it in an app on my phone. So for me, I use this app called, and I'm not sponsored by this or anything, it's called Rep Count, okay? You can't even see it. But it just opened and realized I didn't finish clocking my workout from yesterday. But bottom line is you need to see that you're progressing. If you're not progressing in weight and you're not progressing with reps or anything like that, if your training's not progressing, you're not gonna add muscle. Because muscle needs a reason to grow, and unless you force that stimulus upon it, it's not going to grow. Another thing that I see with guys with training, and this is a little bit different, is you're doing too much cardio and you're doing too much movement. And this comes back to another thing I was talking about before, which is you're burning too many calories, right? So if you're doing all this cardio and you're training all the time and you have a fast metabolism to begin with, you're putting yourself at a major disadvantage. You're now driving the amount of calories you burn up higher, which means you now need to eat more, okay? So if you burn less calories, you now have to eat less. You need to be in a surplus, right? So you need to be taking in more calories eating, then you're expending. This is just covering the gist and the overview of it. Obviously, this is a very complex topic, and working one-on-one with a coach like me is gonna really, really help you to lock that in. So if this is something that interests you, go down in that description right now and book a no obligation consultation with me. It's totally free. I'll discuss what you're doing, I'll discuss your goals, and if we're a good fit and I feel like we're a good fit to work together, I'll offer you the ability to work with me. If I don't feel like we're a good fit, I'll just give you some advice on what you can do and move on and hopefully find success by yourself. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this video. If you're a skinny guy that's struggling to put on that muscle, don't give up. Keep at it. It takes a long time, guys, okay? Some of us struggle with getting leaner. That's kind of how I am. Some of us struggle with putting on muscle. That might be how you are. But ultimately, you got to put the work in and you got to do what's necessary. So I will see you guys in that next video. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. It seriously helps me a lot. Get this video out in the algorithm to help other guys just like you that are struggling. And I'll see you guys in that next video.